Good evening and welcome back to Friday Music Random Vinyl number 18. Tonight's a little bit different. We're going to be showcasing all the brand new Friday Music releases for this fall of 2025. And as usual, my dear wife, Karen, is in the house. Aha. Archie's Greatest Hits. Ron Dante, who just finished up the Happy Together tour. This is the band that he brought to fame with a lot of big hits with Don Kirshner, Jeff Barry, Andy Kim, Tony Wine. A lot of great people were involved with the Archies, and this is the first time this album's been out in about 50 years. We put it on both red and white vinyl. That's stunning. The Kirshner label on Friday Music. Beautiful red vinyl. The Archies' Greatest Hits. Jingle Jangle. Of course, Sugar Sugar #1. Bang Shang-a-Lang. Nothing but hits. The Archies' Greatest Hits on Friday Music. Next. This is a great album, the Association's Greatest Hits. We're celebrating 6 decades of the Association. This album came out in 1969-70, and it includes all their big hits like Windy, Never My Love, Cherish. But the difference with this is we did it on silver metallic platinum vinyl. Isn't that beautiful? Super limited edition version. It's got all the hits, the original artwork, psychedelic as you can see. Looks great under a black light, by the way. Glows and everything. Anyway, the Association's Greatest Hits. Along Comes Mary, Never My Love, Cherish, Enter the Young, all on here. Next, Sebastian Bach. Bring 'em Bach Alive. Double album. Never on vinyl before. Great inner sleeve with the Bring 'em Bach Alive comic book. We did this on blonde vinyl, as you can see, as well as superlative red vinyl. Great songs. All the Skid Row tracks you remember. 18 in Life, Slave to the Grind, I Remember You. 2 albums recorded live in Tokyo. Sebastian Bach, Bring 'em Bach Alive, first time vinyl from Friday Music. Next, Big and Rich, Greatest Hits on stunning aqua vinyl. Contains all their big hits. Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, Holy Water, Big Time. Big and Rich's Greatest Hits. Next. Oh, the amazing Black Crowes live. First time vinyl from Friday Music. A trifold cover, as you can see, right? Both sides. This was a CD originally. Beautiful trifold, but even cooler, red, white, and blue vinyl. Red, white vinyl, and stunning, beautiful blue vinyl. Red, white, and blue. America's Band, the Black Crowes live. Contains all the smashes you know. Hard to Handle. She Talks to Angels. Just a really great album. Solid hard rock playing. This is from a tour from early 2000s. Great stuff. Stuff from the Lions albums on here as well. The Black Crowes. Chris Robinson, Rich Robinson, the Brothers. Friday Music. First time vinyl. Live. Next. The Blues Brothers soundtrack. We did this on blue and gold vinyl. I believe this is it's the blue vinyl version. Look how nice that looks. You dig Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, obviously the Blues Brothers, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, the Memphis Horns with Booker T and the MGs, and all these wonderful players on this album. Big movie, and it was an amazing soundtrack album. By the way, Dan Aykroyd I met when we did these initially. The first 2 albums, and what a nice guy. We met him at a restaurant in Santa Monica. You remember that, Karen? What a night that was. Don Rickles is in the house. Dan Aykroyd, Fran Drescher. Contains their hit single, Give Me Some Lovin', which was a big hit for Spencer Davis Group featuring Stevie Winwood. She Caught the Katy, which Taj Mahal has done. The Ray Charles, Shake a Tail Feather. Great track, Think with Aretha Franklin. It's a really great album. And of course, the closer, Sweet Home Chicago. Great film, great soundtrack, featuring the sorely missed John Belushi with his pal Dan Aykroyd, the Blues Brothers soundtrack album. Next, great first time vinyl, Can Heat, the Woodstock Revisited 1979 show, recorded live, 79, New York. Look at this. Hot orange vinyl, huh? Featuring Bob, Height, Fido, De La Parra, Larry Taylor. Just a phenomenal album. Features the big hits, On the Road Again, Going Up the Country. Of course, Shakin' Boogie's the closer. Human Condition, first time on an album, live version. Alan Wilson track that was pretty rare at the time. Chicken Shack Boogie is on here as well. Great album, first time vinyl, Friday Music. can't eat. And don't forget the boogie. Next. This is a great album. This is Desert Rose Band, Chris Hillman, Herb Pedersen, John Jorgensen, live, the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, October of 2022. The final performance of the Desert Rose Band, and it's an extravaganza. It's a 2 LP set, over 24 songs. Look at that great photo of the band. And it has all the hits they had. She Don't Love Nobody, Running, He's Back and I'm Blue, Time Between. They're all on here, you know. Chris Hillman and I put this together with the folks from the Hall of Fame. It's a double album, and it's on beautiful ruby red vinyl. Got a lot of fans out there in the country and in the rock world. Big crossover band, obviously the roots with the Byrds, the Salar Hillman Furay era, Desert Rose, Manassas, all the groups that Chris has been with, plus all the music Herb Pedersen and John Jorgensen have generated over the year between the Dillards and Elton John and all the people these guys have all played and sang with, Johnny Rivers. Just an amazing conglomerate of musicians. I suggest you check it out. Next. Who doesn't like the Doobie Brothers on a major comeback tour right now? 5 decades in the business, the Doobie Brothers. This is their biggest album, Minute by Minute. We put out this time in a beautiful gatefold cover with that suspicious cigarette there. Lyrics, and of course, you know, beautiful vinyl. There you go. Anyway, Doobie Brothers Minute by Minute, featuring the huge classic What a Fool Believes, Minute by Minute. How do those fools survive? Great stuff. Michael McDonald, Patrick Simmons, Keith Knudsen, Tyrone Porter, Johnny Hartman, of course, Skunk Baxter. Minute by Minute, 1978, classic, now on Friday Music Vinyl. Next. You know, back in the mid-'80s, Steve Miller cut a great track called Ya Ya, which was from Lee Dorsey. We have the original here, and we have Steve's endorsement as well here. Here's what Steve has to say about this album. If you love New Orleans music, as Steve Miller would tell you, get this record. Includes the classic Ya Ya, plus 4 bonus tracks never on the original album. We put it on hot red New Orleans vinyl. Check this out. Yeah, there you go. Features people like Alan Toussaint on here. Ya Ya. You Are My Sunshine, first time on the album. One of my favorite songs, Behind the 8 Balls, on here. This is the original Fury album. Hasn't been out on vinyl in like 60 years. We're the first guys to put it out legitimately. And original liner notes, some bonus tracks to make your day even better. And it's Lee Dorsey, man, King of New Orleans. Here he is, his first album, Ya Ya. Next. This album is so special to me. It's Flash Cadillac and the Continental Kids. Had a pretty big hit with Wolfman Jack called Did You Boogie With Your Baby in the backseat of the movie show, which is on this album. But we added a bonus track, too, on this. Roy Wood's classic. Roy Wood from ELO and The Move. See My Baby Jive. Never on an album before. And we did it on this beautiful Coral Beach vinyl. And it's a fantastic beach album. It sounds like the Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, all that. They actually do Summer Means Fun, which was a hit for a lot of surf bands. And a lot of people have done that song in the past. But it's the other tunes like Time Will Tell, Good Times Rock and Roll, one after another on this album, by the way. But look at that great cover, great artwork. Sons of the Beaches. And there's Flash Cadillac and the Continental Kids. Hasn't been on vinyl in a bunch of years. This was originally on private stock. We brought it back to Friday Music Vinyl. Enjoy. Next, you dig Kiss? Well, then you dig Ace Frehley. You dig Kiss Alive? Well, then you're going to dig Live Plus One, the expanded edition. 2 colors, by the way. Originally it was an EP, and we've expanded it with some artwork, too. All right? There's 2 tracks from a couple other gigs in here. Look at that. That's burgundy. Isn't that a beautiful color, burgundy swirl? Then we have a really cool hot orange swirl here. Look at this. Features hits like Cold Gin, Rip It Out, Break It Out, and Shock Me. Has been on vinyl for a long time. This is the original album. Bonus tracks, bonus artwork, and great colors. The great Ace Frehley from Kiss. Ace Frehley's Comets, Live Plus One, expanded edition. Next. Oh, the great Jefferson Starship, Dragonfly. Their first album after they morphed from the airplane into a starship. This is, I believe, the silver vinyl version. Isn't that nice? And we also have it in Maui blue swirl. It's like a blue ocean swirl. Features the hits Ride the Tiger, plus the great smash hit single Caroline and All Fly Away. We also include the rare 45 version of Ride the Tiger Nowhere Else. Also the incredible quad version of Come to Life, which was not originally on the album. The original artwork, not seen in years. Dragonfly, great debut from a great band that's still out there today. Jefferson Starship. Next, Julian Lennon, Blot. Stunning aqua vinyl. First time gatefold cover. A couple great tracks here. I like to point out Say You're Wrong was great. Great single. Great to hear on the radio back in the day. Plus, Too Late for Goodbyes, smash. Produced by the great Phil Ramone. Also includes On the Phone, In Space. Julian Lennon, Velotte. Friday Music. Get one now. Next, Kix, Hotwire. First time on stunning green vinyl. Deep, dark emerald green vinyl at that. Comes with a wonderful inner sleeve with lyrics, photos of the guys. I worked with this band back in the day, and I actually promoted this album at East West Atlantic in 1991, and I had a blast. They were some of the funniest times of my life. Great dudes to hang with. Check that out. First time on vinyl, really, in America. It came out, I think, overseas in Germany or something back in 91. Actually, I remember the band had a copy and showed it to me when we were backstage once. Girl Money, Hotwire, Same Jane, Bump the La La, they're all on here. This is their last studio album for Atlantic. More to come from Kix too, by the way, here at Friday Music. Next, Todd Rundgren, our buddy from Westbrook Park, Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Reproduction. First time vinyl. We did it on orange vinyl, like Orange Crush, which is this color here. And we call it Rundgren Red, which is a real deep ruby red vinyl. Great cover versions of songs he produced, like Cheap Tricks, I Can't Take It. 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad by Meatloaf. Dancing Barefoot by Patti Smith. And probably my favorite track on the album, Take It All by Badfinger. Trivia on that, about Badfinger, I was almost in Badfinger, and I'll tell you about that in another video, but that's another story from 100 years ago. Anyway, Todd Rundgren, Reproduction, a great album, first time vinyl, a lot of songs on here. You'll enjoy this one. Next, speaking of Todd Rundgren, here's Half Nelson by Sparks, their first album before they called themselves Sparks. Stunning purple vinyl. Todd got a tape from a fan or somebody, and I remember talking about the album. He said it was so off the wall and nothing else sounded like it at the time that he just had to sign them. He brought it to Albert Grossman at Bearsville, and they signed the band. And of course, Sparks are huge, especially now. They're having such a renaissance in our country, but they've always been really recognized overseas. I've seen them a couple of times. They're a great band. Great songs like Roger, High C. One of my favorites, No More Mr. Nice Guys. Sparks. Debut, Half Nelson, now on Friday Music, purple vinyl. Next, great soundtrack album, Never Stops, Stand By Me. Wow, what a great movie. Aqua Swirl vinyl, great Benny King, Stand By Me. Mr. Lee is on here. Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis. A cable television monster whenever it shows. It's one of the coming of age movies from the mid-'80s, produced by Rob Reiner. Wound up becoming a smash soundtrack and brought Benny King back to the top 40 chart with a song that came out in 1960. Here he is, Stand By Me, Benny King and Friends, soundtrack. Stunning, beautiful, Atlantic era-looking label, plus the wonderful Aqua Swirl vinyl. Next, something tells me I'm, feeling the Beatles right now. I don't know why. Oh, Ringo Starr, Ringo Rama. And we're celebrating together, me and Ringo, wearing his hat. This is Ringo Rama. 2 shades, by the way. I'll show this to you in a second. It's the Ringo Rama album, first time vinyl. I've talked to so many Ringo people. This is like one of their favorite Ringo albums. They just think it's a great, great album, produced by Ringo and Mark Hudson. Beautiful grape vinyl, right? 2 LPs. And then Lemonade or Yellow, whatever you want to call it. Yellow Submarine. Isn't that beautiful? Features a plethora of his friends like Eric Clapton, Timothy B. Schmidt from the Eagles, Sean Colvin, the late Roy Orbison. There's some really good stuff on here, and a major tribute to George Harrison, Never Without You. People like Jeff Lynne. Great songs, Memphis in Your Mind, Imagine Me There, like English Garden. Plus all the really cool bonus tracks like OK Ray, I'm Home, Blink, gatefold artwork. Ringo Rama, first time vinyl, deluxe edition, Friday Music. Next. Extravaganza time. 5 new Thin Lizzies, not counting the live Life we did on Aqua a couple months ago. Let's start with the first one. How about Live and Dangerous? Considered probably one of the best live albums of all time. And celebrate, we're taking it to a double metallic silver vinyl. Isn't that cool? With the old Warner Brothers Friday Music Palm Tree label. Gatefold cover. And all the hits, you know. Well, I loved working their music in the past, and never met Phil, but I worked with Scott Gorham and worked with Midge Ure, a couple of the guys over the years. Probably one of the greatest hard rock groups of all time. I saw the Bad Reputation tour at the Tower in Philly, 1977. Were they incredible? I went there to see Graham Parker too, and he was incredible. These guys, though, geez, the best. So anyway, Live and Dangerous, silver metallic vinyl. Then we're following it up with Chinatown. Oh man, gatefold cover. Look at this. Isn't that nice? On stunning Chinatown red vinyl. Songs like We Will Be Strong, Have a Good Time, Chinatown, and The Great Killer on the Loose. Chinatown, Thin Lizzy, red vinyl. Following it up with Black Rose, gatefold cover. Look at those wonderful pictures and things. And we're doing it on blue vinyl. Stunning blue vinyl. There you go. Black Rose features the tune Black Rose, as well as Got to Give It Up, Do Anything You Want to Do, and my favorite, Waiting for an Alibi. Black Rose, stunning blue vinyl, gatefold cover. 2 more yet. Out of print for a really long time. Back, Renegade. I think we're going to do this on emerald green vinyl. Isn't that sweet? Great songs on here. This is kind of a transitional album for them, but well-loved album. Look at that stunning back cover artwork, huh? Of course, it includes the great title track, Renegade, a really great song called Fats. Leave This Town. Just one after another, just a really hard rocking album, which brings us to their last album, the amazing Thunder and Lightning metallic gold vinyl. Isn't that like superlative looking for such a superlative album? Of course, includes Thunder and Lightning. This is the one. Cold Sweat is a smash, man. Anyway, these guys could do no wrong. They never made a bad album in their huge career. We strive to bring you the best we possibly can with Thin Lizzy being one of my favorite all-time bands. I'm glad we're able to offer these once again to you. Next, the jazz and samba set here. Jack Wilson and Roy Ayers. This is the tribute to Henry Mancini, the Brazilian Mancini album. This hasn't been in print for decades. Wonderful coral vinyl. Look at that. Breakfast at Tiffany's, Blue Satin. Jack was one of the finest piano players. Go-to guy Nancy Wilson used him. He played with a lot of great people. Blue Note artists. Had some great albums on Blue Note. Of course, we know Roy Ayers is the king of vibe. We lost him recently. Jack, we lost a long time ago. But this album has been out of print in honor of these two gents. And of course, the 100th anniversary of Henry Mancini. We're proud to present Brazilian Mancini. This is a stunning album. I hope you go grab it. It's an original mono, too. Next, the great Warren Zevon. This is the second to last album called My Rides Here. An amazing album. We've done it in 2 different colors. Ocean blue, it's beautiful. And then we have a emerald green. Great album. Sacrificial Lambs. My Rides Here. Sad song, but he knew he was not long for the world. But he gave his best and did some of the greatest music he ever made on those final albums. It came out on vinyl for like a minute. It hasn't been around in years. This is the first time I believe we're in a gatefold situation with lyrics and photo and everything. Features Hit Somebody featuring David Letterman. You're a whole different person when you're scared. One of his finest albums. It's back. First time vinyl. Warren Zevon's My Rides Here. I want to thank you for going through all these wonderful albums. Thank you, Karen, once again for your help. Go to www.fridaymusic.com or Amazon and wherever you buy records at and support all these wonderful artists. And, of course, support Friday Music. And we'll keep supporting you with more great music down the road. Anyway, thank you for your time. Peace. And by the way, isn't she the greatest?